Hi world, it's the 12th of January 2020. It's about 1 p.m. in the afternoon UK time. In just about 18 hours from now, at 1 minute past 5 in the morning, tomorrow morning UK time, it's going to be the once every year Capricorn new moon. Now, when I did all the yearly forecasts, I clearly stated that this new moon in Capricorn was going to be one of the two most interesting new moons of the year, and this one's going to be probably both the most difficult and the most positive. So there's two ways of looking at this. The new moon tomorrow morning will be at 23 degrees 13 minutes of Capricorn. That means the sun and the moon will be in the same degree at that point. Pluto will be at 24 degrees 30 of Capricorn. So the new moon is going to be conjunct Pluto strongly. Now, the negative side of this is black and white. The world now is split into black and white. It's either one way or the other way. There's no compromise. There's no adjustment. There's no middle ground. People believe what they believe, and no one can convince them of any other way. It is my way or no way, and it doesn't matter whether that's left wing, right wing, whether it's black, white, yes or no. People are certain that their version of reality is the correct one, and it doesn't matter which side of the argument you're on. There's a certainty as to your opinion and ideas. And that's not going to change now. The nature of Pluto can be extreme. And the negative side of this new moon is that of extremism, of crises, trauma, intensity and extremes of behaviour, extremism. Whether it be the threat of armed militias in America, whether it be the potential for the Indian military to move in on the farmers, whether it be the extremes of radical opinion in my country, in Britain, around the coronavirus, with a certain percentage of people, a small percentage, being absolutely convinced that it isn't real, that the hospitals are empty, everyone's making it up, and that the doctors and all the ambulances that go past my house every day are all in the pay of a government that's determined to keep the population down by lying about the coronavirus, as opposed to the other people who know that it's real because they've had family members or friends who have died or who have caught it. It's the polarity of opinion. And this can lead beyond the intensity and extremes. At the negative side, this can lead to things around the obsessive and the compulsive. Might equals right. We're going to do this my way, or we're not going to do it at all. And it can lead to narrow-minded, single focused courses of action which cause crises and trauma, and which there's no stepping back from. Now, that's the negative side of this new moon. The neutral side of this energy deals with the idea of doing shadow work in and on oneself. And for everyone who's convinced of the rightness of their opinion, if everyone, regardless of your stance, if everyone were to take a step back from the edge and look at themselves, what is motivating them to behave the way they are? Is it because they're certain and absolutely certain of their positive opinions, and they know that what they're doing is right, and they're doing it because they believe in themselves, or they're doing it for their country out of patriotism, or they're doing it because their superiors tell them to, or is it because they just feel that they're right, doing what's right for them? Conviction politics is at play here across the world in every sphere. And the neutral side of this gives the potential to step back from the precipice and to look at oneself, to look at one's own reasons and motivations for one's own behaviour at this time, and to actually do some pretty big shadow work in and on oneself. So the idea of doing things like purging oneself, detoxing, cleansing, purifying, eliminating the poisons, it's really strong right now. And those of us who are prepared to go into the darkness at the bottom of our souls, not the negativity, because it's not, dark isn't negative, it's just dark. And we've all got caves at the bottom of our soul. And if we go, many of us don't want to go down there because we think, oh my God, there's monsters down there, I'm not going down there. But there's no monsters, it's just dark. And you can go into the dark and bring light into it, and then you come back and you bring darkness into the light. It's like yin yang. So the idea of purging oneself and detoxing and purifying oneself at this time has the potential to be at its most effective. And there is a positive side to this, and that is of transformation. Pluto at its highest deals with transformation, regeneration and rebirth. It is the caterpillar turning into the butterfly, the snake shedding its skin, phoenix rising from the ashes, reborn. Some people will jump onto this and from the fundamentalist point of view and go, great, I can make my version of a world reality. But that's going to be doomed to failure because Pluto doesn't work like that. If it's done from becoming powerful or personal power, it's doomed to failure. If it comes from a position of being power-filled, where Pluto's transformative power flows through you and you are the conduit of that power, not the owner, then it will work in a really positive way, bringing transformation not only into your own life, but into the lives of people around you. And ultimately, that's what we're looking at here, transformation of society. The influence of this new moon will last for the next week, 2 weeks. And it's going to be a time that's going to be written down in history as memorable, hopefully for all the right reasons, but I suspect it'll be a mixture. Meantime, as individuals, do the shadow work. This is the last big dive into our own individual shadow, darkness, unconscious, subconscious, that's going to be asked of us, or at least the vast majority of us, this year. So make it a good one. Get to the bottom. Bring all the poison up, and then you can be clean. Tempting, isn't it? Catch you later, world. Bye now.